Skol Vikings. Let's kick this off with a bang. It's August 2025, and the TCO Performance Center is buzzing as our Minnesota Vikings hit the field for training camp. The air's thick with anticipation. New faces, big dreams, and a quarterback room that's got every fan talking. J.J. McCarthy, our 2024 first-round pick, is stepping up as QB1, but the spotlight's also on the battle for QB2 and a rookie making waves. Can our young guns handle the pressure of a playoff-hungry team? The Vikings are coming off a 14-3 season in 2024, led by Sam Darnold's Pro Bowl performance, but now it's a new era. McCarthy, who missed his rookie year with a knee injury, is ready to prove he's the future, while Sam Howell, Brett Rippon, and undrafted rookie Max Brosmer are duking it out for backup roles. The stakes? Sky high. With a tough defense led by Jonathan Greenid, every practice rep is a test. What do you think? Can McCarthy live up to the hype? This camp is about more than just drills. It's about building a team to carry us deep into January. From McCarthy's leadership to Brosmer's unexpected spark, we're unpacking it all. Let's dive into the action and see who's rising, who's struggling, and what it means for our Vikings as they prep for their preseason showdown with Tennessee. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Who's your QB2 pick? Picture this. It's the final moments of the Vikings' preseason loss to the Patriots, 20-12, and the clock's ticking down. With 1:10 left, Max Brosmer, the undrafted rookie from Minnesota, steps up on 4th, and 17 from our own 24, down by 8. The pressure's crushing. Defensive ends are licking their chops, ready to sack the QB and end the game. But Brosmer? He's ice cold. He drops back, eyes locked downfield, and fires a 25-yard dart to Jeshaun Jones over the middle. The crowd erupts. "We had a dagger called," Brosmer said post-game, praising the O-line for holding strong against a ferocious pass rush. That completion wasn't just a play, it was a statement. Have you ever seen a rookie look that poised under pressure? This moment showed why the Vikings are high on Brosmer. His trust in Jones to be in the right spot paid off, and it's got fans buzzing about his potential. But can he keep this up against tougher defenses? Let's see how this drive unfolds and what it tells us about our QB depth as we head toward Tennessee. The very next play, Brosmer and Jones connect again, this time for a 22-yard gain, keeping the drive alive. The Vikings are marching, pushing into Patriots territory with the rookie QB showing off his arm and instincts. But the red zone? That's where things get messy. A false start penalty turns 1st and goal at the 8 into 1st and 13, and the drive stalls. With just 3 seconds left, Brosmer's pass is picked off by Patriots safety Kyle Duggar in the end zone. Ouch. "We made a few mistakes that we'll learn from," Brosmer said, staying positive despite the interception. His ability to shake off the pick and focus on the process is what makes him special. What's your take? Can Brosmer clean up those red zone errors? This drive was a roller coaster, showing both the promise and the growing pains of a young QB. As the Vikings gear up for Tennessee, these moments are critical learning opportunities. Let's keep an eye on Brosmer. Could he be the dark horse in this QB race? Let's zoom out to the bigger picture. J.J. McCarthy is the man in Minnesota. After missing 2024 with a torn meniscus, he's back and looking sharp in camp. Reports from ESPN say he's extremely comfortable scrambling, even diving for a touchdown in a full pads practice. That's the kind of dual-threat energy we need. But his first preseason action is coming up. Can he translate practice heroics to game day? McCarthy's leadership is already shining. Coach Kevin O'Connell calls him a presence who's comfortable yet challenged. With a 27-1 record as a starter at Michigan, including a 2023 national championship, the kid knows how to win. But the NFL's a different beast. How do you think JJ will handle his first start against Houston? The Vikings have built this roster to support him, with stars like Justin Jefferson and a bolstered O-line. But with Jefferson nursing a hamstring strain, McCarthy's got to lean on other weapons. Let's see how he's preparing for the spotlight and what it means for our playoff hopes. Now, let's talk about the backup battle because it's getting spicy. Sam Howell, acquired from Seattle, was supposed to lock down QB2, but camp reports are raising eyebrows. The Athletics' Alec Lewis called Howell a beat too slow against Brian Flores' relentless defense, which picked him off on the first pass of camp. That's not the start you want. Howell's got experience, 17 starts with Washington in 2023, throwing for 3,946 yards but also 21 picks and a league-high 65 sacks. O'Connell's system turned Darnold into a Pro Bowler, so there's hope for Howell. But with Brett Rypien stealing second-team reps, is Howell's spot in jeopardy? Who's your pick for QB2? This competition is critical. With McCarthy's injury history, we need a reliable backup. As we head into the Tennessee game, Howell's got to step up or risk losing ground. Let's break down his performance against the Patriots next. Sam Howell's day against the Patriots? Rough. He started the game but went 1-for-5 passing for just 13 yards, with a brutal interception by Patriots CB Alex Austin. He scrambled for 14 yards on 3 carries, but his 51.7 passer rating tells the story. Vikings Wire called it a day to forget for the backups, and Howell's struggles stood out. Coach O'Connell didn't sugarcoat it. Sam had some tough circumstances. The O-line's early breakdowns didn't help, and facing a first-team defense is no joke. But Howell's got to be quicker with his reads. Can he bounce back in Tennessee? Or is the QB2 job slipping away? The Vikings defense, led by stars like Ivan Pace Jr. and Andrew Van Ginkel, is making life hell for our QBs in camp. That's great for our D, but it's exposing weaknesses in the passing game. Let's see how Howell responds under pressure. Enter Brett Rypien, the veteran who's quietly making a case for QB2. In the Patriots game, he came in late in the second quarter and went 7-for-11 for 83 yards, setting up a 34-yard field goal by Will Reichard. His 86.6 passer rating was the best of the day among Vikings QBs. Not bad for a guy who's been with 6 teams since 2019. O'Connell praised Rypien's good things in the game, noting his familiarity with the system after a year with the Vikings. The Athletics' Alec Lewis even suggested Rypien could overtake Howell, especially after picking up more second-team reps in camp. Is Rypien the dark horse we didn't see coming? With his uncle Mark Rypien a Super Bowl MVP, Brett's got winning in his blood. But can he outshine Howell's experience and Brosmer's upside? The Tennessee game will be a big test. Let's dive into Rypien's camp performance next. Rypien's been a scout team star, earning praise for helping prep the Vikings defense in 2024. But in camp, he's had his own struggles. Vikings Wire reported he threw a pick-six to Andrew Van Ginkel on a screen pass during the first practice. Ouch! Still, his ability to bounce back in the Patriots game shows he's got grit. At 29, Rypien's not the future, but he's a low-cost option at $1.1 million, and his knowledge of O'Connell's system is a plus. Fans on X are buzzing about his potential to snag the QB2 spot, with posts calling him a sneaky good fit. Do you think Rypien's got enough to beat out Howell? As we head toward Tennessee, Rypien's consistency will be key. With only 4 career starts, he's got less game tape than Howell, but his recent reps suggest he's closing the gap. Let's see what the coaches are saying about this battle. Kevin O'Connell is the quarterback whisperer we all trust, and he's got his hands full with this group. He's been vocal about McCarthy's growth, praising his fast eyes and decision-making, even when plays break down. For Brosmer, O'Connell loves his composure, especially on that dagger throw to Jeshaun Jones against the Patriots. For Howell and Rypien, O'Connell's keeping it diplomatic but honest. We've got to take a look at it and really assess it, he said after the Patriots game, hinting at concerns about the backup group. With camp winding down, every rep counts. Who do you think O'Connell's leaning toward for QB2? The Vikings staff, packed with former QBs like Josh McCown, is built to coach up these passers. But with a defense that's destroying the offense in camp, per ESPN, the pressure's on to find a reliable number 2. Let's look at how the QBs are prepping for Tennessee. Training camp's been a grind, and all 4 QBs, McCarthy, Howell, Rypien, and Brosmer, are staying late to get extra reps. Brosmer emphasized the value of those 5 or 6 throws a day that can make or break a drive. It's that love for the game that's got Skull Nation excited about this group's potential. The Vikings defense, with stars like Jonathan Greenid, 12 sacks in 2024, and Blake Cashman, who picked off McCarthy in camp, is forcing these QBs to level up. ESPN reported the offense struggled to move the ball in full pads practices, gaining positive yards just once in an 8-play sequence. Tough love, right? How do you think this D will shape our QBs? As we approach the Tennessee game, these extra reps are crucial, especially for the backups. With McCarthy likely getting limited snaps, Howell, Rippon, and Brosmer will have a chance to shine or stumble. Let's talk about what's at stake in Nashville. The Vikings' final preseason game against the Tennessee Titans on Friday night is make or break for the backup QBs. With McCarthy set to play in the preseason opener against Houston, per Vikings.com, he'll likely see limited action in Tennessee to stay fresh for Week 1. That means Howell, Rippon, and Brosmer will get plenty of chances to prove themselves. After the Patriots game, where Brosmer went 15-for-27 for 156 yards and a pick, and Howell struggled mightily, the pressure's on. Rippon's solid outing gives him momentum, but Sporting News warns the Vikings' shaky backup plan could force a trade if no one steps up. Any trade targets you'd love to see in purple? This game's a chance to see who can handle Brian Flores' defense in practice and translate it to live action. With the regular season looming, the QB2 race is wide open. Let's check out what the national media is saying about our QBs. The national buzz isn't kind to our backup QBs. The Viking age called McCarthy's start rocky and Howell's performance a slide, raising concerns about depth. Heavy.com went further, saying the backup plan isn't going well, with Howell's struggles against the first-team defense exposing his hesitancy. Even Brosmer's flashy plays can't hide the unit's inconsistency. But there's hope. McCarthy's mobility and leadership are earning praise, with Vikings.com noting his ability to connect with teammates. Posts on X, like one from @Vikings, highlight his efficient drive against Houston, 4 for 7 for 30 yards. Can McCarthy carry this team, or do we need a veteran backup? Drop your thoughts below. The Tennessee game will be a proving ground. With the Vikings defense dominating camp, per ESPN, the QBs need to show they can handle pressure. Let's see how the roster's shaping up as cuts loom. The Vikings roster is stacked, but injuries are a concern. Justin Jefferson's hamstring strain has kept him out of camp since July 24th, though O'Connell says he'll be ready for Week 1. Left tackle Christian Darrisaw, recovering from a torn ACL and MCL, is trending towards starting against the Bears. That's huge for protecting McCarthy. The QB depth chart, per @BenGoisling on X, lists McCarthy as QB1 with Howell, Rippon, and Brosmer fighting for spots. Minnesota sports fan even suggested Rippon could steal QB2, which would be a shocker. Who do you think makes the final 53-man roster? With camp wrapping up, the Tennessee game will help decide who stays and who goes. Brosmer's a practice squad candidate, but could he sneak onto the roster? Let's talk about the bigger picture for 2025. The Vikings are built for a playoff run, but the QB room is the X factor. After Darnold's 14-3 season, the bar's high for McCarthy. The team spent nearly $350 million in free agency to support him, per ESPN, adding weapons and O-line depth. But with no QB on the roster having played a snap in purple, there's risk. O'Connell's system is QB-friendly, turning Darnold into a Pro Bowler with a career-high 4,279 yards and 32 TDs. McCarthy's got the tools, but the backup situation could haunt us if he falters. Should the Vikings look for a veteran like Ryan Tannehill or Carson Wentz, as Sporting News suggested? As we head into Tennessee, the focus is on execution. Brosmer's clutch throws, Howell's redemption, and Rippon's consistency will all be under the microscope. Let's wrap this up with what's next for Skull Nation. Skull Nation, we're at the finish line of this wild training camp ride. The Vikings are gearing up for Tennessee, and the QB battle is hotter than ever. McCarthy's our guy, but the jury's still out on QB2. Brosmer's got fans buzzing with his late-game heroics. Rippon's making a sneaky push, and Howell's got work to do. Who's your pick to back up JJ? Hit the comments and let's debate. The 2025 season's just weeks away, and with a roster this stacked, the playoffs are the goal. But it all hinges on our QBs stepping up. Keep an eye on Vikings.com and Vikings News for the latest updates as we head into the regular season. What's got you most excited for Week 1 against the Bears? If you loved this breakdown, smash that like button, drop a comment with your hot takes, and subscribe for more Vikings content. Share this with your fellow Skull fans, and let's get loud for our boys in purple. Skull Vikings.